Hi, it's Cheryl, Senior Living Family Advocate, and I want to talk to you today about the holidays. Some of you may be going home for the holidays, and maybe you haven't seen your parents for a while, and you're a little concerned about what's happening at home, and maybe if they're able to continue to live on their own. So I'd first be looking, for how clean is the house? How clean are your parents? Are they taking care of themselves? Are they still able to shower, do a sponge bath, some type of bath? Are they staying clean on a daily basis? Speaking of that, laundry. Can they still do their laundry? Can they still make some sort of a meal? And are they mobile enough to get around the house and to take care of these things? I had a client that, she's in a wheelchair. She's currently not in great shape. Her kids are doing as much as they can, but she is incontinent of bowel and bladder. So the issue with that is a lot of people don't realize that if you're not staying really clean when you're incontinent, you can get yeast infections, bacterial infections, ulcers. It can be incredibly dangerous and painful. So it's really important that people like that are able to clean themselves and also do their laundry. This particular client can't do her laundry, and she's not able to cook for herself either, not really getting around very well. So, for the time being, the best piece of advice would be to get into a community until she can get better. Now, what about if you have a parent that's living alone and has dementia? Have they ever wandered off? That is obviously a huge deal, and it cannot happen. And so if that starts happening, you really need to get them placed in a community. What about falls? Falls are a big one. If, obviously people fall once in a while. That's not, life altering necessarily, unless they break a hip. But if someone is falling a lot, then that can be a big sign that maybe either they need someone living with them or they need to be in a community where they can get a lot more help. I did a video recently on loneliness that you might want to check out, because that's the other piece of the puzzle here when you go home. I've had clients before, and kids, I have parents, so I'm right there with you. I'm the biggest person in denial there is. My parents are completely, they're still 30, 40 years old, but they're not. So, if your parent, when they're talking to you on the phone and you're checking in on them, and they're telling you they're lonely and they're continuing to tell you they're lonely, then you probably should listen and understand that that can be very detrimental to their health. And so if you go home for the holidays, you might want to have these conversations to see, what can we do? Can we bring in some in-home care that will help with certain things? And then also maybe be a companion for your parent or loved one. Should we go to some sort of an adult daycare if they have dementia? That could be helpful. If they don't have dementia and they're still able, and it's just a matter of being lonely, what about the senior center? That is a really great resource. And of course, we have wonderful assisted living memory care communities that, have tons of activities and great care. So these are some of the things to look for when you go home for the holidays. If you have any questions, if you need resources, feel free to give me a call, an email, or a text. I'm here to help.